You've seen me doing so many genie lately. It didn't occur to you that I had to decide whether to learn that. Fair enough. Again, that's maybe actually another factor. You know, I was talking about the rolling the dice, the randomness bit of Genie, and that's a huge part of why I enjoy them. But I think the other reason, the much more insidious, subtle reason, is that it removes the necessity for that decision making, and that's something I can pretty much always get behind. I can have the game make all of the hardest decisions for me, then I'm more than happy to let it facilitate that and just enjoy whatever comes our way. Okie dokie, I think before we head into Layer 5 or any of our S branches, let's head back out to our regular dungeon. And we can go a couple more floors down, at least up to 12 is generally where I like to go. Again, I feel like that's one of those things where I'm not sure whether it's still the intelligent thing to do, but I'm such a creature of habit, and it's all I know. And so I'll probably continue to do so until my dying day, or more likely the dying day for one too many characters. And I finally can get that knowledge cemented into my brain, because it usually takes quite a few mistakes before I learn it. As much as I like to try my best to learn from mistakes anytime they crop up, I would not confidently say I managed to achieve those aspirations by any means. But okie dokie, we got our orc entrance. That's another nice little detour we can take before getting too deeply involved. And perfect. I was hoping they'd all line up in a nice orderly queue. Love to see it. Oh, I've caps locked. Fortunately, did not do so in a situation where we'd constantly be trying to do something, you know, dangerous and silly in the heat of battle, so very happy to see that. Hello? Oh, you know what? I was looking at this, buddy. I was like, this bat looks weird as hell. Makes sense. It's a mega bat. Much more interesting and special than regular bats, of course. But we'll keep blasting past you kiddos. Why the heck not? In fact, one more for good measure. No idea what that invisible buddy was, but looking like we'll never have to know, which is a good problem to have. And let's just blast some of our Megabat friends before finishing off with Stone Arrow. Love to see it. Oh my gosh. Did not realize we were running some kind of Megabat convention here. Thought it was just regular show, but hello, my friends. Lovely to see you. Oh, Sif. Was this some kind of trial you put forth before me? Sif gives their easiest battles to their best followers. Is apparently the name of the game here, which I say as if it's almost a complaint of sorts, but it's definitely not. Love to see it, Sif. Keep it up. And we can just smack away at the rest of you. Guess it's not just Sif. We got the whole crew here. Some kind of whole party going on between the gods. Nice to see some intermingling, some friendship form. Fantastic. And that should just about do it. A couple more chambers here. And holy moly, yeah, it's an in-dungeon economical temple type beat going on here. We were a ranger class, I would bother with that, but as is, no thank you, sir. I will leave you to your ghostly tendencies, my undead buddy old pal, and I must have some more garbage here, right? Which I'm kind of starting to get to the stage where I'm looking at this axe and it's falling under that distinction in my mind. But I've some hope still that at some stage in the future of the run, we will at least have some slightly better inclinations towards the melee side of things. But who's to say? And if you could come to me, my friend. Beautiful. Oh, me oh my. Damn, why you gotta keep throwing stuff at us that I want to pick up, eh? Trying to see, like, is there anything we want to learn? Because if so, then we could make the argument that we need to use an amnesia scroll and then potentially drop the rest. Bombard. So this is what used to be Iron Shot. Sends them staggering backwards. For whatever reason, I thought that the new Boulder spell replaced Iron Shot, but I see that we're still kind of here. Still 93, so really high base damage, which is always nice. That's only at 17% power too. Get a decent guarantee of a good hit against our friends. I probably should learn it, right? I mean, we're super far off from being able to use it in any meaningful capacity. So actually, what am I talking about? Let's not learn it at 83%. Let's instead maybe just consider pivoting our skill training a bit. You know, Invo, again, will continue to climb very, very quickly here. I mean, Earth Magic is generally just a pretty solid idea. It's nice to have, again, some form of damage that is not relying on elemental resistances, or more appropriately, the lack thereof. So sure, why not? We'll do a bit of Earth Magic, a bit more Conjurations as well, since that's pretty good across the board here, regardless of how we approach things. And then, after that detour, I still have to decide, how the heck am I going to pick up this net? I don't want a heavy broadaxe. We get Vampiric first try. Okay, brand weapon scrolls can sit on the floor for now. We'll come back for them if we really need it, but that is a strong argument in favor of using axes at some stage in the future. I do always love running into permanently invisible enemies. No idea what I just killed. But otherwise, looking pretty good here. Fantastic. In fact, let's just fight you kiddos. Holy moly. It's funny because I keep going back to this melee approach conversation or idea here. And a huge part of it is that I feel like the majority of time that I've found myself in playing a Demonspawn, rather, not in a Demonspawn, but playing a Demonspawn, I am almost always a caster, and a lot of the mutations are definitely conducive to casting, and pretty almost bears like making it a necessity. But I don't know if that's actually a completely fair assessment, because this character could do pretty well as melee. I guess we wouldn't get quite as many paralysis procs, which is a very beneficial part of our current structure. But still just interesting to see a character that could have gone a different direction from the top of the match here. And done so pretty dang well, really. But okie dokie. I guess the only other thing that's kind of trending us away from that potential future is the fact that Sif is going to continue giving us books, so eventually we're going to get some of the high-level spells that I so desperately would like to be slinging here. And as soon as I get the ball rolling in that department, I find it very hard to switch gears because of how much fun blasting casting is. Hello kiddos, come one, come all, right this way, step right up, meet your maker, for a low price of completely free. You can come and meet said maker, beautiful. Okie dokie, no more IDs, hey? Maybe we'll have a shop here in Orc that can let us flesh out the rest of our consumable piles here. I'd definitely like to. Hello there, friends. Bit of Starburst, don't mind if I do. Probably not the most efficient use of mana. Oh, and I should actually probably be a little more cautious of our warlord friend here. Or, you know, not really, and just smack you around a bit with stone arrows. That's cool too. I don't mind that whatsoever. Holy moly. That's a dangerous amount of confidence that I just actively felt infuse my brain. Oh me oh my. Well, let's soften you up with some foxfires that are generally not too effective of a method here. And then we'll take you upstairs, my friend. Okay, there we go. This is starting to be a little bit more of a good, that makes it a fair fight type encounter. Beautiful. And then we're back to just cleaning up the mess here. Cleaning up the doldrums. Sorry to call you such, my friends, but just happens to be the case. Rugged Brown Scales gets to tier 3 here. Another AC, finally getting a little bit more max HP as well tacked on. Lovely. And holy moly, as long as you don't start summoning too much, and you do not get the chance to do so, we should be fine, and indeed are, so that's beautiful. Guess we could, wow, my presence of mind in terms of hitting the correct keys is very off right now, specifically with the left carrot for whatever reason. Kobold Blast Miners. What the heck do you do? Oh, you bombard, but as an ability rather than a spell. That's fun. The Blast Mote packed cannon on its shoulder bears its maker's mark and is fiercely loyal. It will fire for none other. Oh, that's a fun little in-universe way to explain why we can't immediately pick them up and start applying them to our other enemies. Well, it's short range, unfortunately. So am I, so maybe not too much of an advantage to eke out there. But, I mean, I can probably kill you. 39 health, should be melted. It's that fear of the unknown, though. That's how it gets you. That's how it grips you. Okay, so you bombard and you have your crossbow. Fair enough. Don't really want this orc knight to be getting in the way of things, so let's bring you down, and maybe we'll actually just clear up the rest of the floor before we head right back up to deal with our bombarding friends. Definitely a bit of a theme to this update in general. We got the beetles, we got the kobolds, everyone's bombarding these days. And in fact, so will I in a bit if all goes according to plan, so can't exactly judge them for that whatsoever. But let's torch ya. Beautiful. And hopefully we're able to finish off orc here without too much trouble. I mean, it's definitely been looking to fall into that category here so far, which I am very happy about. First Iklos, obviously, ran into some challenges, we'll say. That's the sneaky way to talk about problems without revealing that they are such. Instead of saying you run into issues or problems, you run into challenges. That's some very corporate speak tier nomenclature. You, my friend. So we could probably just throw some fire your way really at the end of the day here. And excuse me. Pardon me. There we go. Beautiful. And not too shabby. I'm guessing, I think we just hit our invo cap that we had set. Beautiful. Up to 14 there, which does mean Divine Exegesis is fully operational. Beautiful. And you're still by me. I guess, what is our willpower sitting at right now? Paralyzed is a 16% chance. That's not great. Oh, this is also not a safe stairwell. Let's Let's not be too foolish about how we handle this, shall we? Is there anything I can do from this distance to deal with you sons of guns? Not so much. I mean, fortunately, we have some electricity resistance in our leather armor, so the 6 Fury here is not the end of the world, as it definitely has been in the past. I feel like that's recency bias, where I'm thinking about a run that we were playing that died to one of these sons of guns in the last couple months here, but still important. Travel of 666. Love it. Very thematic, my friend. Okay, I guess let's stop pontificating needlessly, and we should probably just kill you all. As one does in this situation. And that should do it. Beautiful. Summoning orcs ain't got nothing on me. +2 robe, no thanks. Guess, yeah, at some point we'll need to increment up our willpower in order to feel slightly more comfortable and confident with ourselves. But not sure when we'll have the best opportunity to do so. And you, my friend, we will gladly just lead through a veritable minefield of blast motes. Who needs a cannon to fire them when you can instead just conjure them into existence on a whim at any stage, at any point? And can I fight you, Roka? It's definitely a little bit earlier than I would normally like for trying to deal with you. Again, I'm biased because I think our Oni character, our Ru Oni, that actually got through in one piece, was just stupidly ahead of the curve in terms of power levels, so I kept engaging in these fights whenever they came up, even if it was a scary unique that I'd normally hope would wait for like depths at the earliest. But I feel like I might be taking that a little bit too much to heart here. Biggest issue being that I just can't do much from afar, and so we kind of have to commit one way or another. Blast ya? I mean, that's probably a fairly good indicator. Fire off a few stone arrows and don't even scratch the surface. Should probably just leave for now. Really wanted to finish clearing orcish mines though. It's always nice to have access to the shops early on. I don't even know, was there anything else we wanted to buy that I've been forgetting? I mean, that amulet is no longer even on my agenda here whatsoever. Do have like some scrolls of summoning, so we could try to overwhelm you with numbers if we were so inclined, but can't imagine that's going to go especially smoothly. The other option we have here is to teleport and do some ring around the rosy action rather, if and when we need to make it out of here. You know what? I think I will do so, and then let's not spend any more magic, and instead we'll just wait for that to proc and get plopped over here. Wonderful. Hello, all of my orcish friends. Welcome to the party. Let's not go near that distortion trap, please and thank you. And otherwise, trying to line up here. There we go. Make sure we just get the starburst on our mage friend there before they summon in too many demons to cause us issues. And that is pretty much perfect, except for you, Roka. Stop that. Gosh darn it, you son of a gun. Made your way back to me already, hey? Don't have any Evo, so I'm guessing there's basically no shot that we are able to paralyze you or anything in that regard. I mean, 7%, not technically impossible. I'll read another teleport. Get me out, coach. And in fact, let's head here first and see. We're feeling a little bit better about our kobold buddies. I mean, fortunately, they just can't hit the broadside of a barn with those bombards, so no real issue whatsoever. Well, let's hopefully not get immediately proven wrong. Great. That's always the danger of smack talking the game, is that's generally when the random engine will find it in their heart to show you exactly how wrong you are at that moment. But okie dokie. Back to the crux of the matter here. Do I try to get fancy with Roka and get through those shops, eh? Or do I even just, maybe I do reevaluate my ability to fight Roka? Is that crazy? Have I lost my mind? Don't answer that, please. Roka, can we chill? No? Not at all? Not in the slightest? Okay, in that case, I'm gonna bring up Foxfires, kills the Orc Priest. I doubt it will do too much to soften up Roka themselves here. But the plan there was to try out a few more iron shots, and those definitely go slightly better. I guess what we could actually do, now that I think about it, let's get some Maxwell energy up in here. How much damage do you do, friend? 50? That is probably too much. This can't hit allies, right? It's specifically enemies is what I was going for. Nearest foe. Essentially what that boils down to is that we could put some bodies between us, Divine Exegesis, and that should guarantee a certain degree of safety. You know, still smites coming in, but smites are not going to be too big of a deal. I'm trying to think, at 5% power, how long will it take you to accumulate charge? Well, let's find out, shall we? Oops, this is in reverse order, of course. Maxwell's capacitive coupling. And any day now. There we go. Fantastic. Thank you, Sif Muna. Lifesaver, to say the least. Love to see it. And then the rest of this should basically be a pushover. Again, I'm ready to immediately be made to eat those words, but fortunately, at this moment in time, that does not seem to be the case. That staff was okay. Could see ourselves pivoting that direction, but I think I'd rather have a shield axe kind of combo at the later stages. And in fact, yeah, after all of that, the shops ended up being a little more garbage tier than I would have liked. But hey, that's Orc. We do manage to get through in one piece, and that's all you can really ask for at the end of the day. So, what do we wish to do next? Probably go back to Lair 5. Also, looking at those S branches now, because we're just about at the point where we might want to start heading that way. I'm doing a lot of backtracking, back and forth movement here at the moment. And, you know, I don't believe that's going to stop, seeing as how the next step will probably actually be to head back to regular dungeon, clear down all the way to 15. It's funny how our order of operations have changed over the last, like, year or so. I've been pretty all over the place in that regard. Yeah, Starburst. Thank you. So yeah, do you kids remember when I used to be pretty gung-ho and stubborn about, like, clearing all the S branches before returning to the main dungeon? I do definitely sometimes think fondly back on simply the fact that if you do it that way, sure, you're probably going to be struggling a little bit more with S branches, but when you do finally get through, you get a reprieve. You get like a breath of fresh air where you just mow down the entirety of, you know, D11 to D15 without any problems at all. So there's something to be said for that. Something else that's to be said is the new spells we just got made available to us. We have Fireball here. I should probably learn. It's in the right general vein of things. And then there's something else in the list that I'm blanking on. Right, Spellforge Servitor is another one that I'm very happy to see. Definitely starting to get all the keys to the kingdom, or everything required to get through in one piece, which I guess is not exactly a shock. When you worship Sif Muna, as long as you survive, you're guaranteed to get everything. But that doesn't mean we can't be grateful about it nonetheless. And that I am very happy to see it. 8-headed Hydra. We will not hail the Hydra for now, and we will apparently just run into them again shortly, but still no real issues dealing with them on their own.